Okay, so picture this. You're at your graduation from Stanford University, one of the most elite schools on the entire planet. You're brilliant, you're ambitious, and you pretty much expect the world to be handed to you. Then, a man worth over $100 billion gets on stage. And that man is Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA.
He looks out at this sea of future leaders and he says something absolutely shocking. He says, "I wish upon you ample doses of pain and suffering." I mean, what? Is that a curse? Why would one of the world's most successful innovators ever wish hardship on anyone?
I'm sharing this millionaire story in clear, professional English so we can get inspired and level up our vocabulary together. In this explainer, we are going to get inside the mindset of Jensen Huang and figure out the powerful philosophy hiding behind those crazy words. So let's start right there. Let's unpack this so-called curse. What in the world did he really mean?
I mean, it's the main question, isn't it? Why would a guy who's achieved this insane level of success, we're talking over $100 billion, wish for pain and suffering? It just feels completely backward.
Well, the answer is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound. It's because he knows a secret about building real wealth and character that most highly intelligent, quote-unquote smart people never, ever get a chance to learn. And that secret? It all comes down to one single core idea. It's all about what he calls the true enemy of resilience.
You see, Jensen noticed something really dangerous among super smart people. They have incredibly high expectations. They just assume their talent should make life easy for them. But what happens? The second they face real adversity, they often just break. Their high expectations are the enemy of their resilience, that toughness you need to bounce back from failure.
And let's lock in that word because it is so important. Resilience. It's a B2 power word, and it really just means the ability to recover quickly from problems. It's toughness. It's that skill of getting back on your feet after you've been knocked flat on your back.
So here's the bottom line. Jensen truly believes that greatness, the kind of greatness that builds empires, it doesn't come from how smart you are. It's not about your IQ. It comes from your character. And character, well, he says that's forged in the fire of suffering.
And believe me, this isn't just some theory for him. He actually lived it. So let's talk about NVIDIA's own story for a second, especially when we look back at the company's absolute darkest hour. You know, NVIDIA didn't just have a smooth ride to the top. Not at all. Back in the early 2000s, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. I mean, total failure. The competition was absolutely brutal. But instead of giving up, Jensen embraced that pain and made a huge strategic pivot. He pulled the company away from the crowded graphics card market and bet everything on building these specialized, high-performance chips. It was a massive risk, a painful bet that almost destroyed them. But that decision, born out of desperation, is what laid the groundwork for the entire AI revolution.
And that story just perfectly proves his point, right? He took a company that was almost dead and turned it into the beating heart of global innovation. And it happened not because he was the smartest guy in the room, but because he was the one who could take the most pain and actually use it to get stronger.
So, what's the lesson here for us? How can we actually apply this mindset? Well, it boils down to a really simple but powerful formula for turning that grit into growth.
Here it is. This is the core philosophy you can start using today. Step 1. Lower your expectations. Seriously, expect things to be hard, not easy. This just prepares your mind for the fight. And step 2, because you expect it to be hard, you just naturally increase your effort. You put in more work, you get smarter, and you push through the obstacles.
This quote just says it all. If the journey feels comfortable, if it's not hurting at least a little bit, you probably aren't growing. That feeling of struggle, that's the feeling of progress.
So for every single one of you out there trying to build a business or your own personal brand, listen up. When you feel that pain of low sales or no views or whatever it is, remember, Jensen, you are not failing. You are in training. You're building the exact resilience you're going to need to handle billion-dollar success when it finally shows up.
All right, to make sure these key ideas really stick, let's do a quick-fire review of the power words we've been using today.
First up, resilience. Like we've been saying, this toughness is the absolute core of Jensen's philosophy, and it's your greatest asset.
Next, strategic, which just means having a clear, smart plan for the future. Those painful moments for NVIDIA, they forced the company to become highly strategic, and that led them to incredible success.
Innovation.
creating something new that adds value. This is the result you get when you apply that strategic thinking to really hard problems.
Investment. And just remember, you're not just wasting time when things are tough. You are investing that time and effort into your character, getting ready for that huge payoff down the line.
And finally, scaling, making your business much bigger. As Jensen's story shows us, there's no way you can handle the pressure of scaling a business without the resilience to manage all the new problems that come with growth.
To grow your English and your mindset every single day, hit subscribe and join our community. Let's succeed together. See ya.
And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What is the biggest pain you are facing right now in your career or in your business? And after hearing this, how can you reframe it so it becomes your greatest strength? Really think about it.